Morgan, the Blissful Chef. I wanted to introduce you to a new cookbook that I found. Even though I am a vegan chef and a cookbook author myself, I love sharing with you really interesting books that I come across. This book is awesome for a number of reasons. Obviously, it's huge and has a ton of recipes. Lots of color photos as well. So that's super important, especially if you're new to vegan cooking, to actually be able to see what the recipe looks like in the end term. So when I first started looking through this book, I was drooling, basically. The recipes are really unique and they're delicious, and I would say they're more on the comfort food side more than like the super healthy light side, which is totally fine because I want to have good comfort food, especially in the fall and the winter. So when I first looked through this book, you know, it's summer here in Texas, and I was like, most of these recipes I'm not going to make until later this year in the fall because many of them needed to be baked. But I did try the chickpea salad, which was perfect on a hot summer day. That was amazing. And then I was flipping through to decide what to make for you guys today, and I came across the eggplant chickpea potato curry. And I love curry, I love ethnic food, and this book has a lot of that in there. So if you like Indian food, Thai food, those kinds of heartier ethnic foods, definitely check out this Mouthwatering Vegan cookbook. Let's get started. Let's get our ingredients ready to make this beautiful dish. It has eggplant, and you can use the regular Italian eggplant, but my store was out of it, so I got a Japanese eggplant, and that should work totally fine. And I'm gonna cube this. Basically, you want it to not take forever to cook, so I like to cut my cubes a little bit smaller. Some things that you may not have used before is star anise, which is an amazing flavor, and cardamom. So you can get the cardamom seeds, but this recipe calls for ground cardamom. So I found that in the bulk bins of my natural food store. So try to get that ground, or you can get the pods and grind it up yourself. This eggplant chickpea potato curry has origins from Thailand because of the coconut milk and India because of the spice choices. So it really is going to be delicious and fragrant. We're going to reduce the oil in this recipe by using part vegetable broth. I'm going to start by sauteing the eggplant, and then later on we'll do vegetable broth instead. You're welcome to do all vegetable broth or all oil if you want. It's up to you really what you want to do. So the recipe says to set this aside while we get the other ingredients ready. So here's where I'm going to dry saute my onions. So I love using a dry saute, which doesn't require any oil. And now I'm going to add in the ginger, fresh grated ginger. The recipe actually says to blend up the onion, the garlic, and the ginger together in a food processor. But I chopped mine fairly small, and I decided to use garlic powder instead of fresh garlic. So I'm skipping that step. I'm all about making it as fast as possible, so rather than pull out another machine or utensil or anything, I'm just gonna saute them together. So now I'm gonna add a little veggie broth. And we'll let this simmer for just a few minutes, and then we'll add our spices. Get those hydrated and well blended. So we have our potatoes and our chickpeas. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of tamari. I'm going to mix this really well so all the spices get dissolved nicely into the coconut milk. We're also going to add 2 teaspoons of sugar. I love my coconut sugar. that's what I'm going to use. And then we're going to bring it up to a boil. And then we will simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes. It's been about 20 minutes since our curry has been cooking, and now I'm going to add the eggplant because eggplant is super absorbent, and I wanted to make sure there was enough liquid in the pot to cook the potatoes, so I'm adding that now. And then I'm going to cook it for another 10 to 20 minutes on low, stirring occasionally. So our timer just went off and it smells amazing in here. What you're going to do now is you're going to give your curry a taste. We all have different taste buds. You never just want to make something from a recipe and then serve it. You always want to taste it first and see, does it need a little more salt or a little more sugar, a little more sour? That is so good. The potatoes have cooked perfectly, so they're kind of melting in my mouth. It tastes amazing. I really think you're going to like this recipe. Check out the website for the actual recipe. And be sure to check out mouthwateringvegan.com for a ton of delicious recipes. And this book is available on Amazon. Thank you for cooking with us today. This recipe is going to be perfect for the upcoming cooler weather. Please subscribe to our channel for lots of delicious recipes and cooking videos. And have a blissful day.